Should we draft an offensive lineman, an offensive tackle? It's an interesting question. What's more important right now, quarterback or offensive tackle?
Oh, that's right. The point is you can draft both.
Yes.
So he didn't say in the first round.
True. The problem is offensive tackles are valuable like quarterbacks, and the good ones usually go in the first round. So what do? If you take a quarterback, there's a good chance he could just get hurt right away. But how do you not take a quarterback? You got to take a quarterback.
And you only have one pick in the first round?
Yeah. Yep. Only one pick in the first round.
Well, you know what? They're on the horns of the dilemma they created.
That's right. And you know what?
Not our problem.
Not our problem. We haven't even mentioned cornerback. That's just as big of an issue as offensive tackle and quarterback. So that's more reasons to think the Niners aren't necessarily.
The answer is they got a big problem. And you know what? When I'm done with this broadcast today, I'm going to go have lunch. I'm not going to worry. I don't worry about my problems.
Yes.
You know, I'm trying to refinance this house so I can get a deck for Iggy after I croak and he moves in here. But as far as the Niners, they got a lot of problems that they brought on themselves because they were foolhardy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's fair to say, like if you were Jimmy Garoppolo's agent, all right, you know what, guys? Get rid of my client, trade him somewhere, draft someone else, and let's see you ruin that guy. You're going to put him behind Tom Compton and Mike McGlinchey? Hey, good luck, buddy. Have fun taking Jimmy Garoppolo's spot.
Hey, Iggy, I want to ask you a question. When you were showing, video of the offensive line, on the video, was McGlinchey yelling at McKivitz?
Yes.
Could you describe, because I didn't describe what happened.
Okay. So McKivitz messed up. He's terrible. They're supposed to, it's a run play away from McKivitz and McGlinchey because they stink. You're trying to go away from them, but they're blocking Aaron Donald. And the way it works is it starts off as a double team combo block, and then the guard goes up after he gets a good hit on Donald, goes up and blocks a linebacker. Well, McKivitz just happened to whiff entirely on Aaron Donald. That's a problem. So McGlinchey was left in a tough spot. Didn't have the angle. He's basically climbing on Aaron Donald's back as Aaron Donald strips the ball from Raheem Mostert, and the Rams recover and score a touchdown, and that's could have lost the game for the Niners. So the great part about this play, it wasn't McGlinchey's fault. It was McKivitz's fault. But mid-play, the ball's out. It's on the ground right next to Mike McGlinchey. Instead of like trying to get the ball or continuing to play football, he gets up, turns around away from the ball, and yells at Colton McKivitz like, come on! Play still going on. Turns back around and sees the Rams player running to the end zone and is the only guy on the Niners who doesn't even move to try to get him. It's like the left fielder who just turns and watches the ball go over his head. Thanks a lot for the effort. So that was Mike McGlinchey, team captain. Thank you.
And he yelled at the guy while the play was going on.
That's stuff that you can't even get away with in JV football. If someone did that in JV football, the coach would have to bench him and say, don't you ever, ever, ever do that during a play ever again. Happened in the NFL.
You know what happened on that play, Iggy? He lost his focus.
He lost his focus.
They always say, I lost my focus. I don't know what he was focusing on, but he lost his focus.
That reminded me, I'm not going to say the kid's name, but when I was at O'Dowd, freshman year on the freshman baseball team, one of my friends dove for a ball in left field, missed it, and was so upset that he missed the ball, he stayed on the ground and slammed his hands and feet. And I remember Nico and I were on the bench, and the coach said, Nico, go over there and tell him he can never do that ever again. First of all, tell him he's out of the game and tell him don't ever do that ever again. That was Mike McGlinchey. The kid was 15. All right. So the kid had a reason. He was 15. This was Mike McGlinchey. Wow.